Hi, good morning, Year 12 psychology students. A short video with regards to sort of helping you out with some of the homework questions. So I'm just going to briefly go through the mark scheme just to help you out a bit with this week's homework. I'm not going to go through the multiple choice questions, okay? You can configure those out for yourself. So I'm just going to go through the longer answers. And how the marks are awarded. Okay, so I'm just giving you the advice off the mark scheme and not trying to answer the questions for you. So starting with question 26, okay, and A, there's 3 marks there. How you get the 3 marks is showing your workings for the mean. Okay, so using the information on the previous page, page 12. So you get a mark for showing your workings, you get a mark for your answer, and then you get the final mark for working to the 2 significant figures that is asking from you, okay? Then for question B, again, you get a mark for showing your workings, okay? So you need to show how you would work out the median. I'm not going to give you the answer here, okay? You know how to work out the median, or you should know how to work out, but with this one, be careful because you've got 2 middle values. So it needs to be the average, okay? So you get a mark for showing your workings and a mark for the correct answer. And then for the final question, it's just 1 mark. You just need to express the mode, okay? So you don't have to show your workings out for that one, okay? Right. The next question, question 27. Yeah, just scrolling up a bit. The next question, 27. It's asking, it's 4 marks there. So it's 2 marks for showing the workings and showing the right answer for the males. And then 2 marks for showing the workings and showing the correct answer for the females. Okay, so you work out the males and females separately, give the correct answer and show your workings. It will give you the 4 marks. Okay, now the B question, just be careful. It's a conclusion. It needs to look like a conclusion. You need to use the words "this suggests." Okay, it has to be interpretive. If you don't do that and you give me a finding, you're going to get 0. Okay, rather than the 3 marks. So look at 27A. Look at the difference in rangings. What does that suggest? One's bigger than the other. Think about the question that's being posed and think about what the range tells us. Okay, so that is a bit of guidance to help you with that question there. And then 28A, probably if you go in to get stuck, this is where people are going to get stuck, and it's asking you to calculate the observed value of chi-squared. Okay, so there's 5 marks available. They've done some of the hard work for you. They've worked out the expected value. So those are the ones in the cells. The ones in the brackets. Yeah. So what you need to do is you need to just work out the calculated value. Now they've given you the equation. Yeah. So to work out your calculated value, you just need to do what this equation is asking you to do. So for each of those 4 cells, yeah, you're taking your observed value, you're minusing the expected value, okay, and you're squaring it as per the top of this equation here, yeah. Then you divide by the expected. And then sigma, yes, sum of is asking you to add all those workings out. Okay, add them up. Yeah, so that's your calculated value. So just to start you off, if we say this is cell A, yeah, our observed value is the 5. Our expected value is the one in brackets, so it's 8.50. Okay, so following the equation, you're going 5 minus 8.50, yeah? You're squaring it, okay? You're squaring that value that you have. So if it's a minus, it's going to change to a positive. And then you divide by the expected value, yeah? The one in brackets again. So you do that for each of the 4 cells, okay? And then you add them up to give your calculated value of chi-squared, okay? That's what sigma is asking you to do there. Okay, so more or less you're getting a mark for each of the cells correctly calculated, and then you're getting a mark for your overall value of chi-squared. Then they've given you the chi-squared critical values table. Here you have to work out your degrees of freedom, okay, in order to get the correct value. So they're not giving you that equation. You need to remember what it is. You've got a 2 by 2 frequency table. So from that, you need to work out your degrees of freedom using the equation. Okay, and then you need to remember to work to 0.05. Okay, so how you get the marks that's available on that particular question is that you need to show how you've got your degrees of freedom and then explain you're working to 0.05 probability and what the actual critical value in the table is. Okay, C, we've done this many times before in class. You're writing a statement of significance or a conclusion. Okay, so you need to offer your rationale as to whether you've got a significant result or not. Yeah, so I suggest perhaps you go back to the examples that we did on chi-squared. You need to compare your observed to your critical. You need to say which probability level you're working at. You need to say what you're doing with your null hypotheses. Okay, and you need to then state in context what your conclusion is, yeah, in relation to the data. Okay, and then finally, last question, you have to calculate the ratio. Now, these are expressed as percentages as per the pie chart, okay, but you need to convert them back to sort of people. Yeah, so you need to convert the percentages back to people in order to work out the ratios that are being asked, okay, the ratio that's being asked. So remember to get it in the right order, otherwise you don't score very well. Yeah, so the ratio of how many people said that personality was the most important thing compared to those that said wealth was. Okay, you need to show it in that order and you need to reduce your ratio. Okay, otherwise you're going to lose marks. Hopefully that's helpful. If not, I will set up a Zoom meeting on Friday and you can pose questions then. Okay, take care. Bye.